stand over.
Good.
1, 2, 3.
So you go first.
Yeah, that should be good. You can. Are they all? They're on frame, John, for you. Okay.
Can you leave this
Sure.
here?
Yeah.
But I can't move the microphone.
Yeah, everyone's welcome to come inside. That should be okay. Good. Hi, everyone. We'll get started. Thank you for joining us for today's announcement. Today we're announcing a historic number of public pre-K classrooms opening statewide. We're joined by Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke, the Executive Office on Early Learning, and our Ready Keiki partners. We'll start with remarks, open it up for Q&A, and then some closing remarks before we finish. Our first speaker will be Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke.
Aloha, and thank you for being here. This is such a good day. Every time we think about all the 3 and 4-year-olds who can go to preschool and just cannot because their parents cannot afford to send their kids to preschool. I know there are many advocates in the room and it breaks their heart. And the state of Hawaii, working with many of our partners, we've been trying really hard to ensure that we provide access to all 3 and 4-year-olds. Providing preschool access is not just about getting kids ready to learn. It is providing a safe and nurturing environment for children to thrive while their parents, hardworking guardians, can go back to work and provide opportunities for their family. We have been so privileged to have the partners that we have: Department of Education, Executive Office of Early Learning, the ELB board members, SFA. So many of the Ready Keiki partners have done exactly what needed to be done to ensure every day to make sure that all kids have the same opportunities as anyone else whose parents can afford to send their kids to preschool. We're just so thankful to everyone here, thankful to so many people who work so hard, and the fact that we are opening 44 new classrooms around the state, all 6 islands, with so many different opportunities for our keiki and so many different opportunities for our working parents. I'm just so thankful and grateful for everyone. Mahalo.
Thank you, LG. Our next speaker will be Yuko Arikawa Cross, Director of the Executive Office on Early Learning.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Yuko Arikawa Cross. I'm the Director of the Executive Office on Early Learning. Our office wants to extend our appreciation to the Lieutenant Governor for making expansion of early learning opportunities one of her priorities. We thank each of our Ready Keiki partners, these 2 here and many, many others, for their important parts of this work. And personally, I want to offer my gratitude for my team, for their collaboration, their focus, and their flexibility. We are really excited to continue our partnership with the Department of Education as we open 44 new classrooms on 6 islands: Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Maui, and Hawaii Island, bringing our total to 74 sites with 92 classrooms. These 44 classrooms will add an additional 820 seats to the collective state inventory. In the past 2 years, EOEL has added 1,060 sites, bringing our total to 1,767. This year is one of our first years to be offering 2 Hawaiian language EOEL public pre-K classrooms. We'll be opening at Pope Elementary School and Lanai Elementary School. Some people wonder how our sites are identified. And so one of the primary ways is through principals who have indicated that they have space available on their campuses. They also indicate a need for this opportunity for their students and for their community. And they also agree to follow along with the quality requirements of our program and the time and commitment that's required for ongoing professional learning opportunities. We also take a look at many other factors like access and opportunity metrics, students who qualify for free and reduced meals, the number of children who are experiencing unstable housing, general education pre-K opportunities on campuses, early learning special education on campus and those enrollments, a school's kindergarten enrollment, and also other census data in the area, along with the number of seats available in the community. In the future, another piece that we're taking a look at are career tech ed pathways to assist with building the profession along with us. So the impact of public pre-K has on communities is great, and I'll just highlight three: around educational outcomes, workforce participation, and also long-term health benefits. Research shows that children who attend high-quality pre-K programs tend to perform better academically in their years. They often start kindergarten with a stronger literacy and numeracy skills, which can lead to improved academic achievement throughout their school years. In terms of workforce participation, we support our working families by providing a reliable and affordable childcare and early learning opportunities. This enables parents and family members to pursue employment or further education, contributing to the economic stability and growth in our islands. And the last point I'd highlight is the long-term health benefits. There's evidence that suggests that early childhood education can have long-term health benefits. When children receive the support that they require and they need, they're less likely to engage in risky behaviors and experience better physical and mental health outcomes. So we're really, really grateful and excited to bring these 44 new opportunities to communities across 6 islands. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuko. Our next speaker will be Heidi Armstrong, Deputy Superintendent of the Department of Education.
Well, good morning, everybody, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here. This is beautiful. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, for your vision and for embracing the importance of early learning. Thank you. With these 44 additional classrooms, we're not only increasing the capacity, but we're also enhancing the quality of education. Our new facilities are equipped with state-of-the-art resources and designed to create an engaging and nurturing environment. And I think you're experiencing that right now in this room. Our educators are passionate, highly trained, and ready to inspire a love of learning in each child. The foundation of a child's education begins long before they enter kindergarten, and the early years are crucial for that cognitive, social, and emotional development. By investing in preschool education, we are investing in the future of our community as we are ensuring that children start their educational journey on a solid ground, ready to grow and thrive. This initiative also represents our commitment to equity. We are ensuring that every child, regardless of their background or their circumstances, has access to high-quality education, and we know that when we provide equal opportunities to succeed, the entire community thrives. As we move forward with these additional 44 classrooms, we're filled with hope and optimism. We're planting seeds for our children who will grow into the leaders, into the innovators, and into the change makers. Together, we're building a community where every child has the opportunity to thrive. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today, especially Lieutenant Governor for her inspirational vision that is becoming reality, our EOEL partners, our SFA partners, and all of the community that comes together to make this happen. Let us continue to work together to support our children and so that our schools remain places where dreams can take root and our children will flourish. Thank you very much.
Mahalo, Deputy Superintendent. And our final speaker is Haedong Lee, Principal at Bowers and Kubota.
Hi, everyone. I am Haedong Lee from Bowers and Kubota. It is an honor to be a part of this Ready Keiki initiative and to be able to help with the classroom renovations. We've been involved since the first 11 classrooms that were done last year, and humbled again to be given the opportunity to work on 44 more classrooms this year. It's very exciting to see the program grow and to be able to work alongside with such dedicated and passionate stakeholders. Many of our project team members, including myself, have young children. We know firsthand how difficult it can be sometimes to find early education. So to expand the access to pre-K, we all believe that it is going to be a great thing for our community. What we have learned in the last 12 months working on the 44 classrooms is that it's really a result of vision, collaboration, and execution. The Lieutenant Governor inspired us with her vision, the passion to provide universal access to pre-K, how important it is, and brought all of us together to work on it and to get it done. And through the process, we've been encouraged, motivated, working with key stakeholders like EOEL and SFA. EOEL helped us with the guidance on early education, helped us establish the program requirements and the standards to be implemented in every classroom. The standard design approach really allowed us to provide equity across all the classrooms so that they all look and feel the same, as well as giving standardized designs that are repeatable in construction to gain efficiency. And SFA led the way for us with thoughtful strategy and path for execution, streamlining the entire process from assessment to construction completion in just about 6 to 7 months for each of the classroom. Without everyone's dedication and commitment to deliver on the Ready Keiki classrooms, we don't think that that would have been possible. So with the support of the inspiring leaders and the stakeholders, we are excited to say that our designers, engineers, project coordinators, and contractors are on target to have the 44 classrooms ready for the first day of school. We know there's still a lot of work to be done to reach the ultimate goal of Ready Keiki initiative, but wanted to take the opportunity to say, thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and all the stakeholders for your tireless work, and to let you know that we are here committed to help. As an extension of our commitment, BK and our partners, Early Childhood Action Strategy, CASA Foundation, Public Schools of Hawaii Foundation, and CMAA, together we'll be able to provide a Ready Keiki backpack and some school supplies to every child in this cohort of the Ready Keiki classrooms. Thanks again for this opportunity, and thanks for everyone involved for making it better for our keiki, the future of our community. Mahalo.
Thank you, Haedong. Now we'd like to invite the media to ask questions to our speakers, beginning with Bryce Moore at KHON.
Great. For the Lieutenant Governor, I know that early education has been a huge focus for you. How awesome is this day to be announcing this, and when this will be for next school year?
The question is for Lieutenant Governor, who's made early education a big priority. The question is just how awesome is this? Go ahead.
Bryce, that is such a terrific question. We are just so excited and we are inspired to do more. The 44 classrooms will be ready and up and running in August, which is next month. So if you go on the EOEL website, if you know kids who are 3 or 4-year-old, if you are a parent of a 3 or 4-year-old, if you're a guardian or a grandparent or somebody that just reach out, because this is free public school opportunity for your 3 and 4-year-old. I cannot underscore enough how we are just so thankful. You are standing right here in Kuhio Elementary, and if you take a look at all the furniture and even the flooring, whether you are right here in Kuhio Elementary or in Lanai or Molokai, it will look exactly the same. And that's the reason why the Department of Education and their commitment to providing equity and equality is the reason why we decided to do everything exactly the same whether you are in one of the remotest areas in the state of Hawaii or right here in Kuhio Elementary, your experience as a preschooler will be exactly the same. We're just so thankful exactly for that.
Our next question will be from HPR, Cassie.
This is a question for Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke. There's also a demand for more Hawaiian immersion learning. I was wondering if there's going to be any talks about expanding Hawaiian immersion in preschools.
So the question is for Lieutenant Governor Luke, with discussion about expanding Hawaiian immersion learning, will we be seeing that in preschools as well?
I'm going to also bring Iko up to talk a little bit about this. That's why even more so in our second year of the Ready Keiki initiative, the fact that we're opening 2 Hawaiian immersion, Hawaiian language medium classroom is just so exciting. There has been more and more demand for Hawaiian immersion classroom, and the fact that they were able to work on 2 classrooms to be ready. At this moment, we're also working with Imiloa on the Big Island to open several classrooms on the Hilo campus. That will be our teaching pathway as well. So this is not just about preschool, but also encouraging more students to go into Hawaiian immersion pathway, because we're going to need a lot of Hawaiian language teachers. So this is at the same time, in as much as we're opening the 44 classroom, and it is super exciting, we're already working on what additional classroom will be open on the 3rd cohort, which includes additional Hawaiian immersion classrooms.
Yes, exactly. So you're correct. There is a huge request for the expansion of Hawaiian language early learning pre-K, and EOEL is very excited to be joining a community that already exists out there and trying to find ways that we can expand this opportunity to people in Hawaii. Thank you.
Next would be Hawaii News Now.
My question is for Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke and Yuko Arikawa-Cross. What was the most important factor or goal when it came to deciding specific locations that you wanted to open these classrooms at?
The question is for LG and Director Arikawa Cross. What was the most important factor in considering where to open and what locations would be receiving new preschools?
So each location was selected based on multiple factors, but I think the overarching goal is that we did have leaders with space that knew that this is an opportunity that they wanted to bring to their campus, and I think that their partnership really helped to move this along to bring the reality to each campus.
We want to thank all the principals who have decided to take on that additional role of opening, looking for additional space, and also having the additional responsibility of taking on preschool on their campuses. This is, as you can see, it's a team effort. You know, it takes principals. We need to recruit teachers. The community have to be engaged. And the fact that in state government, the fact that we announced this Ready Keiki initiative last year, and we were able to open 11 after announcing last year in August, and now we're opening 44 more this year. Something like this is exactly what the public demands. If the state say they're going to do something, the public expects that it gets done. And that's what we try to do on a daily basis. All of us here, all of us in the room, we challenge ourselves to make sure that we deliver for the public, for the individuals who need the services. For 3 and 4-year-olds, this is not a situation where it's something that we can address a few years down the line. If we address it a few years down the line, these kids will not be in preschool anymore. So every chance that we get to open up more classroom, we are going to take it.
Thank you, LG. We have time for any follow-up questions from the media. If not, some of our speakers will be available after. Oh, Bryce.
Yeah, we hear a lot about, mostly in general, about a teacher shortage. for the DOE, could you both speak on the teacher shortage in general, and do we have the staffing for these 44 new preschools?
The question is, we often hear about a teacher shortage, and if the DOE could speak about the teacher shortage and if we have enough staffing for these preschools.
Thank you. For these 44 preschools, yes, we do have teachers for those preschools. We also are working with our high schools and their career technical education programs to help start building a pathway when students are in high school to garner interest into the teaching field, whether it be early childhood education, elementary, or secondary education. We're working closely with our universities and establishing incentive programs, which Yuko can speak to right after this, to help those who are interested in pursuing education as a career but might not have the means or the access to get into the university. So that too is a true partnership, but for these 44 classrooms, we do have the teachers ready to go.
And to add to that, outside of EOEL as well, many people are looking for teachers, teaching assistants, and trying to build the greater field of early care and education. We currently have our early childhood educator stipend program that we'd like everybody to take a look at. You can look on our website, and we will pay for people to join the field of early care and education. It's exceptionally rewarding, and if you feel like this is a good fit, we encourage you to apply.
Any follow-up questions? Cassie, maybe so? Bryce, do you have one more?
Yeah, you mentioned the general look. This will be what all of them look like on all islands. I can't help but notice how big this room is. Like, my 4th grade classroom is half this size. Are all of the preschool rooms across the state going to be this size in terms of dimension? And also class size in terms of student? Maybe 20 students in a class? 15? What's the general?
The question is just noting the size of this individual space and what the capacity and sizing will vary from school to school.
So if my partner from B&K would like to come up, he can add to anything else that I'd like to say. So what we have noticed as we've been moving across each island are that every school looks very, very different. The sizes of classrooms are very different. What is not going to be different is the amount of unencumbered space that each child has in a classroom. So what that means is we take a look at the square footage of the existing space, and we take a look at how much space the furniture takes up, and ensure that each child has the appropriate number of unencumbered space per child. And so while there may be slight variations depending on that typical size classroom of each school's campus, we can enroll up to 20, but right now across all of the islands, the average is about 19 students per room, but generally we shoot for 20, but it is a little bit different when we look at different locations across the islands. Would you like to add anything else to that?
Yeah, sure. I think Yuko covered it pretty well. So for every classroom that gets listed as a potential site, they get assessed and evaluated case by case. Every classroom gets evaluated to ensure that the requirements that EOEL sets for us for early education are met, and that the number of children that are allowed in the space can be identified. Some of the room configurations can differ. They're not always this very nice open rectangle. Some have a little bit of a funky shape to them. But we do our best, I think, to ensure that there's equity when it comes to furniture layout, the way the teachers might utilize the space, and how the kids would interact in the space as well. So.
And with no further questions, we'll turn to Lieutenant Governor Luke for closing remarks.
Success just inspires success. And in fact, success is contagious. So when we were able to open 11 classrooms just after 8 months of announcing this initiative, it inspired other folks to come together to even do better. And that's why we are here today. For folks like Hedong from the private sector, what he has done is, this is more than a job for him. This is more than a construction project. if we had architects and engineers and contractors invested like they are, some of the issues that we have around the states, we barely would hear about it. And for him, it was him and his group and his cohort of individuals who volunteer to raise money, not any of state funds, but raise money on their own to make sure that every child has a backpack when they are enrolled in one of the Ready Keiki classrooms. So I'm gonna show you one of the backpacks that they've already given out to 11 classrooms last year, and they're planning to make more for this year. So, go ahead. So every child is gonna get this backpack. Of course, you know, because it's in production and we're looking at raising money to put things inside. They may not be available right on the first day, but this is like the cutest thing you have ever seen when we gave out these 11 backpacks, or when we gave out the blankets, and when we gave out these things. And one of the things that Hedong wanted to make sure is we have a book that is from a local writer. And the things that never fails, because we've been to some of these backpack distributions at several of the schools, and the first thing that they do, they take a look at it and they put it on, and then they think it's time to go. So it's like an experience when kids get backpacks. But that tells you how amazing these teachers are. I mean, they teach these kids to sit, ready to learn, listen, and take instructions, and then they all opened up very excited, and they're ready to go home, and we had to tell them, no, it's not time to go home yet. So it's just, we're just so thankful. And take a look around. You know, anytime, I've seen a lot of these classrooms, but every time I see another one, it just makes me so thankful, because, I mean, this is another opportunity for 20 new kids to have an opportunity that they never had before. So thank you to Kuhio Elementary. Thank you to all the schools out there that are allowing EOEL a space to teach and thrive, an opportunity for our 3 and 4 years. Thank you to all the teachers. Thank you to all the assistants and all the Ready Keiki partners like Kamehameha Schools and Castle Foundation. Can't have done it without you folks. So mahalo.
Thank you all. This concludes the press conference. The link to the early learning application is on the board. We'd like to take a picture with our speakers first, and then we have some partners in the room, and we'll take a larger group photo. Thank you. Maybe folks can stand in front of the podium.